When fishing, we all want that extra edge when we're going after that elusive giant bass. In today's video, we're going to add rattles to our jigs, giving you that extra edge. Stick around and learn how. Hi everybody, welcome back to Making Bass Jigs. This is part 4, adding rattles. In this video, what we're going to do is take the jigs that we made in Making Bass Jigs part 1, 2, and 3. We're going to add rattles to them like the type shown here that have ball bearings inside that move back and forth as I rotate them there. We're going to attach them to either a single collar jig or a double collar jig like you see there. What you'll need is collars for the rattles, and they look like this right here. You can buy them at any of the tackle supply stores where you can buy all your skirt making material. And then there are also the individual rattles, and I'll show you how to put those together in just a second. Here is the actual rattle, and you can see the ball bearings there inside. There's also one molded into the bottom, so when the whole thing rattles, I don't know if you can hear that, but it does make a nice good rattling sound. Typically when you build your skirts, you would just have a band that you would put your skirt material in or your tab material in. In this case we have a band, but we have two smaller bands that are molded to it that you take the top of the rattle, you just simply press it inside one of those two bands there, take a second rattle, put it on the other side, and you have a collar with two rattles. If you want, you can apply the rattle holder directly to the skirt material, and you can also apply your skirt material directly onto the jig above. If you have a double holder, you can put it up above the top one, and then you can put your rattle up above the second holder there. You can also use a jig head with a single holder and just push the skirt material up tight against the head and then slide the rattle up underneath that right over top of the holder. Okay, now that we have the rattles connected to the actual collar, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put the skirt tabs directly through the collar itself. Grab a couple skirt tabs here and layer them together in the sequence that you want, and then you just simply feed them through the collar itself, pull it about a third of the way, and then release, and you have your skirt material all together bound by the rattle collar. One other option you have is to use the pliers that I showed you in the Making Skirts video. You can take the rattle itself and just place it on the pliers, grab your tab material, layer them in the correct fashion, and then feed the tab material into the collar. And again, pulling the material about a third of the way through, giving yourself a completed skirt once again, and that's just a different option there using the pliers. So now that we've got our skirt put together with our rattles all in one piece, we just need to cut the ends of the tabs, and after doing that, we'll put this one on the jig, and then I'll show you the second option. But for the ones with the rattles, simply take the jig, place it inside the rattle there without sticking your finger like I just did, and you have a completed bass jig with your rattles in there. All you have to do at that point is just trim it up. I'll just go ahead and do that here to show you. You can actually, if you trim them too low sometimes, they actually will spring up so high they'll get above the hook, so just be careful to not cut them off too short. But there we have it. The second application is to take just regular skirt tab material and Cut the ends off there, cut the ends off there, and then we have here a double collar. Take the jig, slide the collar on, and go over the first. With the double collar, you just need to, in order to get over the second, just kind of rotate it a little bit, and it generally slides up fairly easily. And now we have a bass jig with no rattles there, and we can grab a plain rattle that we put together like this, and just simply feed that right up onto the hook, slide it around, run it up over the bottom collar, and rotate it into the position you want it in, and you end up with another jig with the rattles on it. Give it a little haircut here, and you're ready to take it out fishing. One tip here for you that I'll mention is that with the jig with the double collar, you can actually, if you want a finesse presentation, you can remove the collar altogether so it's quiet, because sometimes the fish will give you a little different attitude and they don't want something with the rattles on it. You can also, with the double rattle, you can pop one of the two off, so you've only got a single rattle on the jig. So you can go double rattle, single rattle, or you can take it off altogether to give yourself a little bit more of a finesse approach. Well, I'd like to thank you for watching Making Bass Jigs, Adding Rattles. And as I've mentioned in some prior videos, I sell my jigs on eBay. Just look up NYC Outdoors. I'd appreciate it if you would like the page and also subscribe. Add your comments below, as I love to see your feedback. I'll see you around on the next video. Thanks.